Today, we're heading back to a galaxy far, far away, but also back to 2015, when Star Wars The Force Awakens reignited one of the most beloved franchises in cinematic history. After a decade without a live-action Star Wars film, expectations were sky-high, nostalgia was weaponized, and the pressure on J.J. Abrams was enormous. So, did the film deliver a new hope, or just a familiar echo? When The Force Awakens hit theaters, the world was buzzing. Disney had just taken over Lucasfilm, fans were cautiously optimistic, and the marketing leaned heavily into mystery and nostalgia, classic ships, familiar faces, and a promise of returning to the spirit of the original trilogy. And for many, that promise worked. Opening night felt like a global event. The story picks up 30 years after Return of the Jedi. A new threat, called the First Order, rises from the ashes of the Empire, led by the conflicted Kylo Ren. Meanwhile, a scavenger named Rey and a defecting stormtrooper named Finn stumble into a galaxy-shaking adventure after discovering a droid carrying a map to the missing Luke Skywalker. Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, is instantly compelling, resourceful, curious, and grounded. Finn brings heart and humor. And Kylo Ren, he's one of the most interesting villains Star Wars has introduced in years, powerful, unstable, and deeply insecure. And of course, the return of Han Solo, older, grumpier, but still effortlessly charismatic, bridges the old and new eras beautifully. Visually, The Force Awakens is stunning. Abrams leans heavily on practical effects, real locations, and tactile production design, a deliberate contrast to the digital sheen of the prequels. Critics praised the film's look and energy, noting how it captured the feel of classic Star Wars while updating it for modern audiences. The action sequences are tight and kinetic. The Millennium Falcon chase on Jakku? Still one of the best sequences in the entire franchise. Now, we can't talk about this movie without addressing the big debate. Is The Force Awakens too similar to A New Hope? Many fans and critics have argued that the film leans heavily, maybe too heavily, on familiar beats: desert orphan, droid with secret plans, planet-destroying superweapon, mentor death, you know the entire list. But others argue that this was intentional, a way to rebuild trust after the prequels and reintroduce the saga to a new generation. Whether you see it as homage or repetition depends on what you wanted from the sequel trilogy. Looking back a decade later, The Force Awakens stands as both a triumph and a turning point. It revived global excitement for Star Wars, introduced a new generation of heroes, and set box office records. But it also set up mysteries the later films struggled to pay off, something critics and fans still debate today. In the end, The Force Awakens is a thrilling, emotional return to the galaxy far, far away. It's not perfect, but it's undeniably entertaining. A film that captured the magic of Star Wars for millions of fans and sparked a new era of storytelling. Whether you see it as a rebirth or a retread, its impact is undeniable. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, hit like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on The Force Awakens.